What kind of pushback have you gotten there from your colleagues, from the public, from the ufology community? Can you talk about the struggles you've had to be able to bring that message forward?
Look, first of all, I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. I'm a big boy. I made my own decisions. I've been through wars. So I'm not asking anybody to feel pity or mercy on me. What I would impart on anybody who wants to make this journey is be very careful. You will be surprised the pushback that you might receive, both internally from the U.S. government and even externally to the ones that you're trying to help. Let me break it down for you. So in the U.S. government, I've been threatened. I've had my files erased and my records erased. Despite there being an actual court order, preservation order in place for my files regarding other portfolios. All my files have been deleted and erased. There has been an active attempt to discredit me, hold my security clearance at bay, and try to use that so I can no longer engage the U.S. government. There's been attempts to discredit me and whatnot, and it's been very tough. Fortunately, though, I've had some significant allies. These allies are people who knew what I was doing, who were part of this effort for a very long time. I have some friends on the Hill that are very well aware of my activities. There were senior members in the Department of Defense that also came to my defense and said, hey, look, he is who he says he is. He was briefing us on a regular and routine basis. And I had friends like Senator Harry Reid, who knew very well what I was doing for him. And it's been tough. The reason why I haven't come out and just, if you will, told everybody everything I knew to protect myself is that's not the guy I am. I'm not going to burn sources and throw people under the bus just to protect my own skin when things get hot. That's not the way I do business. As far as the UFO community, I'm surprised. I thought I was doing them a service by coming out and having this conversation publicly and letting people know what I know up to the point where I don't violate my secrecy oath. On the contrary, I've noticed there's been a tremendous amount of pushback. This has been particularly hard on my family because I left everything behind. I left pensions and retirement and everything and walked away from a very, very good career that I spent my life, going up through the ranks. To have a conversation about this topic and tell the truth. And I think harder than it is for me has been most difficult on my family, my children, particularly my wife, because they know what I've done. They know what I've been through, and they get very frustrated because they see their father, basically having a boxing match with Mike Tyson, but I've got both hands tied behind my back. The government knows I can't violate my security oath. And so I find myself in a position where, I have to continue to prove myself and to prove the reality of this effort.
So with that being said, you as that person that's very unique sitting in that space there, what is your call to action for the American public, the global populace that has seen these things, that has questions about these things, and the implications of their decisions to get involved to help, this process of uncovering this enigma?
There are 5 fundamental areas of emphasis, pillars, if you will, that we are currently engaged in. One is legislative engagement. The next is executive level engagement. The next is international engagement. The next is media engagement. And last but not least, but most important, is public engagement. Our legislators, our media, our executives, they're going to respond ultimately to the will of the people. If the people say it's okay to report on this from a media perspective, the media will report on it. If they say it's okay to pursue this from a budgetary perspective, then Congress will provide the budget to look at this. And the executive branch will respond accordingly by creating the necessary infrastructure to look at this topic. So ultimately, it's up to the people, up to the American people. And what I would say to the American people is, let's not forget that the government works for you. You do not work for the government. The government is supposed to be responsive to your interests, your needs. The problem is when we give government too much authority to make decisions on our behalf, we run into problems. And we've seen that historically. Look, I personally don't want the government in my business any more than it has to be. I do not think it's the government's job to tell me how I should think or feel about this topic. I think the government's role should be very much relegated to that of the national security interests and protecting our national sovereignty and our borders. That's it. Anything that involves the psychological, philosophical, or theological implications of this topic to humanity, you know what? I don't want my government involved in that. I want us, the people, involved in that. We need to determine what that means for us. And if we're waiting for a public figure like a president, who, by the way, is a career politician, to tell us disclosure is here, then I think you may be waiting a long time. I don't think we need that. I think we already have that. We already have Congress and former directors of CIA and directors of national intelligence and former presidents saying, yeah, it's real. It's real. You just had your disclosure. Congratulations. There it is. We still don't know what it is. And we need to figure it out. I tend to have a little bit different perspective. I don't think that a career politician getting up and telling the American people, whether it's liberal or conservative or anyone in between, that constitutes truth and reality. We know that politicians make promises all the time, and politicians fail to keep those promises all the time. Why are you looking to a politician to tell you the truth? That doesn't make any sense. I think what we need to do is enable those politicians to do their job by having the access to the information that they need. And to do that, it takes sorry, guys, hold on a second. My wife's phone is ringing, but it'll stop in a second. Apologies. So I think, if we're looking for a career politician to tell us what the truth is, I think we're looking to the wrong people to do that. I think what we need to do is take this in our own hands, and we need to encourage the government to pursue this in a meaningful, thoughtful way. And that's how we do it, by writing our members of Congress and saying, yes, we want this to happen, telling the media that we want more of these type of stories. I think that's very important. That's the call to action. My call to action to the government is very simple. Do your damn job. Okay. Stop thinking about what you think is in the best interest of the American people, and just do the job you were put there to do. And let's not forget that if you fail to do that job, then we'll find someone else who can do it better. That's how government should work. So that would be my word of advice to anybody in government right now that might be seeing this. Hey, you know what? History is going to judge you, and you've got a choice: be on the right side or the wrong side of history. If I were you, I would do some serious soul searching right now, because the truth is inevitable. It's imminent. It's coming, and history will look back and will judge your actions.
Watch more podcast clips now on our YouTube channel. Go to Livewire Podcast Clips and watch more great podcast videos just like this one.